All right. Here we go. We're going to be loading into the second semi-finals, and we'll see which one of these two players is going to face Cham.
Yeah. That's why I like seeing Protoss versus Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are in the bottom right-hand corner with the interesting choice of color. I kind of like this color on the Terran pieces in the bottom right-hand corner of Death or LE. It's the American player playing for Team Alpha X. It is the young man himself, Vindicta.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Mexican Zerg player representing Timbers Esports. It is JimRising. All right, this is I expect. I expect a return to normalcy for the most part. We're back. You know, the last game wasn't StarCraft. This is gonna be some StarCraft.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of weird builds coming out of Terran, so I like seeing Terran. I don't think we see enough Terran at the CranKy Ducklings as far as our LatAm and North-Am scene goes. So I'm glad we got a couple Terrans in today. Vindicta being one of the best Terrans in North America.
Yeah, not just these regions, but you know, obviously we have Grand Platypus Opens every single week as well for Southeast Asia and Oceania, and for the past like 3-4 weeks, 0 Terrans. It's just been Zergs.
Oh my god, no way.
Yep,
that's terrible.
It's great. There's a lot of ZVZ, there's a lot of PvP, and there's a lot of ZVP. That's about it.
Yeah,
that's all we got.
Yeah, that was nuts. And so my interest here is in what Vindicta's going to do, because like I said in the last TvZ, there's all types of openers you can go for. The standard seems to be the obvious, the Reaper into one single Marine to try and keep back that Overlord if at all possible. Death or LE being the map with the furthest perv pillar from anything that you can't really scout from it. Doesn't even look like he's on it properly.
It does, yeah, it doesn't. All right, there we go. Jimmy realizes, he repositions, but yeah.
It almost looks like it's still off.
Yeah, it looks just a little bit off, to be honest. Yeah, it needs to be.
I don't know if you see what I see, but I have the little line coming down from it.
Yeah, it needs to move forward a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. As you know, Vindicta, he's, you know, being annoying across the map. But really, the important part of this Reaper is to scout if there's anything crazy, any kind of fast lair play, and to scout the timing of the third base. Maybe even delay it if you can, as he does have the SCV here as well to keep an eye on that sort of stuff. And Jim, he still doesn't have a third. It's actually quite late.
Yeah, and we are going to get the 1-1-1 from Vindicta. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, we'll see if with this 1-1-1 he'll go into Banshees, if he throws down a Fusion Core for BCs, or if he plays this straight up and maybe even gets like a fast stim or something along those lines. Jim, he's still on 2 bases. My god.
I haven't really seen Fusion Cores, or I'm not sorry, Fusion, what are they called? I already forgot the name of them. The Invisible Shooter Helicopters. Oh, there we go. Something cheeky.
Oh, I love this. And
I knew Vindicta had it in him. Yeah, Banshees. I haven't seen Banshees. This is great. It's a Hellion push, but I'm interested in why a Barracks here. If he's going for... Oh, maybe he's going to go for...
Hellbats.
Hellbats and the slow shooter boys. My brain's not working today.
Cyclones? Question mark? What?
No. The guys that shoot Marauders. There you go.
Yeah.
You can get Marauders.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, at the moment, he doesn't have any add-ons on any of his buildings here. Like, there's no tech lab. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, this hidden armory, it does signify that all the Hellions can turn into Hellbats. So you were actually mentioning it during Pure Legacies games. Like, you wanted to see like a Hellbat push, like an early Hellbat timing. Yeah. That's what we're getting.
And here it is. I love this. He's throwing everything there, Liberator. But Jim, I think we saw this for his last TvZ. He just went with the blind Roach Warren, and he's got plenty out to defend this. He's got so many Roaches to defend this. This is gonna absolutely get smashed by Jim. This is great.
Yeah, like the thing is that Jim, his third base was delayed. His third base was delayed because he invested in the Roach Warren instead, right? And now here we go. The Roaches are here. He completely shuts down Vindicta, and at the same time, it looks like there was a Ling run by as well. Even a couple of SCVs were pulled off, not quite mining. And yo, Jim, he's going for the counterattack.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea here.
Yeah, and what is there to defend? Like, because there were no add-ons, there's no tank, there's a single Liberator, and that can just be biled down, or you can just avoid it.
Yeah, he's got enough gas to get himself 2 or 3 more Ravagers and Crossbow down the Lib. I like this double bunker. He's got to lift the wall. The Lings are going to get in. Oh my god, he didn't lift the wall.
He did not lift the wall. One bile does go down on the CC, so he's focusing down the CC instead. It does get cancelled. But yeah, Jim, he's not looking too confident to push in. He does have 4 Ravagers though.
Yeah, he's got the Ravagers. He will one-shot that and maybe get some work. Oh my god, the Crossbow's missed.
Oh.
He missed. And that is huge, but I don't think it's huge enough. He's just outside of the splash zone. He's going to get 2 more Crossbows off, and that should be the end of the Liberator. And with that, there's not much left to defend here. JimRising with his heavy Roach opener. The Banshee is out, but it's only going to hold off for so long.
Exactly.
The depot goes down. He's droning behind this, which isn't a bad idea. Any damage caused here is great. 30 workers plus going down.
Exactly, like so much damage has been done. Behind this, of course, the signature Spire is being thrown down for Jim, so he's going to be transitioning into Mutas. And 2 times now we've seen Jim go for Roaches, like go for an early Roach timing, like blind, and it just completely counters whatever the Terran is doing. Like, my god.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is going to be a great transition. He knows there's not much Marines out here. The Banshees are going to be the real... Well, at least what Vindicta thinks is his real kicker here, but little does he know. There's air on the way. Jim accidentally oversaturating his main gas. Still don't understand what this proxy barracks was for.
Yeah, the armory even. But yeah, again, it was for the Hellbats. And I mean, here the Banshees are going out across the map. There are no spores, actually, so the Banshees could potentially deal some damage, but the Queens are here. That's it.
That's hilarious. He saw how droned up that third base was. Didn't even need to see the Muse and GG'd out. JimRising taking it to some of the best players in all of North America.
Yeah. It was I don't like saying it, but sometimes they do happen. It does feel like a build order loss almost for Vindicta. Like he's like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do, and it just completely gets countered. It's like, oh, like that's kind of what just happened.
I like that build. I'm probably gonna steal that from him because we saw it work against 2 different Terrans.
Yeah. It just so happens that both Terrans were going heavy Hellion, right? Like you roll the dice. Yeah. If they're going for this kind of style, then like Hellions do nothing against Roaches.
Yeah, I guess that's a popular thing in TvZ is go for Hellions first. Go for some crazy Hellion opener. Which is also what I expected it to do good, but Jim is just too much of a finicky player to, I guess, win with something like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I saw today a pretty darn good player, one of the best in the world, lose a match due to like a Marine Hellion opener. And so I guess people are thinking that's pretty strong, but not against JimRising.
Yeah. So far, so good for Jim. He's up 1-0 in this best of 3, and we'll see if Vindicta can bring it back here, as we are, for one of the last times here, going to be loading into Ice and Chrome. Of course, one of the maps that's being rotated out of the map pool.
Yeah. One of our final viewings here. I mean, we'll have a couple more in the next week to come, probably, but for the most part, it should be gone soon, and we'll never have to hear Steel Mold's complaint about the Chrome.
It's great. He just rambles on like a madman. It's
even though I've said some pretty good reasons as to why there is Chrome on this map. But here we are, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. He's fighting for his tournament life. He's representing Alpha X and the United States of America. It's the one, the only, the 19-year-old man can't even drink a beer. It is Vindicta.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the Mexican Zerg player. I say player, the streamer, the personality, the dancer even. He is representing Timbers Esports. It is JimRising.
See what Jim has here. I normally leave it up to the Terran as to what they're gonna do, but with Jim here, there's no telling.
I love it. Like, a lot of Zerg players, they like scout what their opponent's doing and they react, but Jim, he likes to dictate like the pace of the game, you know? He likes to do his own thing.
He likes to be the aggressor here, and let's see, is he gonna get a third base this game? Who knows?
Will it be out of regular timing, or is he gonna go for mutas? I wouldn't mind seeing mutas.
I think I would. I think Vindicta's gonna go for something air heavy. Maybe like straight into Banshees.
Oh, maybe. It's quite possible. I doubt we're gonna see Vindicta do the same thing again. Like, I doubt we're gonna see a ninja or a proxy armory again. It's not really something.
I feel like the kicker here was Vindicta didn't know that Jim went for the late third base, so I think that's what he's coming in here to scout. He wants to make sure Jim gets a third base, and if not, why isn't he getting a third base? Why is there a Roach Warren going down or something? Checking the saturation on the natural, and yep, he's gonna go make sure that third base doesn't go down.
Yep.
Or at least know when it does.
Yeah. We got the SCV, we got the Reaper on the way as well, and we'll just keep on our eye on what JimRising decides to do, on what his third base timing looks like. Meanwhile, we do have Vindicta. Yo, we got 2 Raxes.
Nice. I was gonna, I needed to say my predictions out loud more often, but I think the best thing for Vindicta here, though, if Jim's going mutas or fast roaches, your best bet is to go for a lot of barracks and just get out a mass marine 2-base push. Maybe throw in a tank or some Hellbats if you can, but it's gonna be a whole lot of marines.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's what we're gonna be seeing.
Sometimes you can get like a third base out behind this, and then you push as you establish your third base. Sometimes you just get a massive amount of marines and go for it. So I'm interested to see which way he takes this. Jim not getting a third yet.
Yeah, once again, it's just incredibly late. Like, this is kind of what Jim goes for. He is getting link speed, and we'll see if he throws down a Roach Warren or if he gets a very fast lair for like 2-base lair. It's quite possible.
Yeah, I mean, a late third base would be about right now, which still no third base. He's actually getting another add-on to the factory on its own, getting a reactor. So now he's going to be out there with 2 reactors.
Yeah, and I love this. So I miss this. This used to be more prominent. It's a 2-1-1. We have the 2 Raxes, 1 factory, 1 starport, and yeah, this is just going to be a strong bio push. We're going to see a drops coming out from Vindicta. This is what we love to see on this channel.
Who's going to lose the Overlord scouting?
God, is it going to make it?
He's going to lose it. I thought he had something floating, but it's a little depot going down.
He's okay for now.
Yeah.
And I think Jim may be a little bit too greedy, because he's going for it, mate. He's got 4 gases, and he's got a lair on the way.
Yeah, I think he needed to scout, but Jim's not one for scouting here. He just goes for his build, and he's going to see those Marines, and he should panic.
Yes.
He should throw down a Baneling Nest and abandon ship.
Exactly, because 2-1-1 almost feels like a hard counter to 2-base lair. Like, mutas do not do anything against this. Like, you need a ground army, you need banelings to hold, because there are going to be so many marines with stim, and mutas are not what you want against that.
Yeah, he went for mutas anyways.
Oh god, like, I've had the unfortunate luxury of casting Miyamika versus Seether, and like the drop comes and Miyamika just GG's out. Like, when he went for, like,
I think we're gonna see that here.
Yeah, for 2-base Muta, like, it can be really rough. We'll see though. Like, we do have a couple of lings here for Jim, only a couple though, and the drop, it's coming. Not just the drop, we got some rally as well.
Wow, some rally behind it, and that third CC is going down for Vindicta, so this isn't even an all-in. This is just here to cause damage. There's not even that many queens.
There's not, and he can just fight the queens. There's a decent amount of lings though, and with 4, like, he pulled all the queens to try and defend against this, and this is exactly what Jim needs to do. Oh, nice.
Gonna pick up and get out of there with almost no losses. Now, what does Vindicta do? Does he go for a multi-prong attack, try and hit at the third and into the main? Is he just gonna go home and defend with this?
Oh, we'll see. I mean, right now, Jim, he's making nothing but lings. He's got 14 more lings on the way. He's taking this incredibly seriously. Now sending his queens back to inject. And there we go. Baneling Nest. He hasn't made a single muta. I love this. He's not making mutas. Oh, okay, never mind. He's making a couple mutas now.
He has a lot of gas banked.
Yeah.
But I do like that he got the Baneling Nest, and his greed ultimately paid off here.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was able to keep the drop busy, like Vindicta hasn't been able to. Like if Vindicta like went straight into the main base or something, maybe it would have been a different story. But so far, Jim has been able to hold really nicely, and he has 10 mutas on the way.
Yeah, Vindicta's trading pretty good here though. Just like dropping on the high ground, low ground, trying to get rid of this diminished Zergling count here. And he's just got a whole railway system going on of medevacs flying every which way. He does have his third CC, but he's not mining with it yet. And JimRising is going for baneling speed. Good call here. Jim's adjusting. He's finally learning. He's adapting.
Yeah. Like I was a little bit worried if he wasn't going to go for banelings, but he is. He doesn't have any quiet yet. He just has Ling Muta, but it looks like there may be enough here to deal with the army.
Wow, I can't believe he got that many mutas out.
Yeah, he was able to clean up one half, and the other drop, there just wasn't enough here to kill. Like he was like, yo, I'm gonna drop the third. There were literally 3 drones there. Like there weren't any drones to be killed at the third.
Yeah, he probably should have target fired down the base itself. With the tanks combined, I don't know if they could reach that far, but that would have been really good.
Yeah.
And there's only one tank here. There's not even a tank on the high ground, but there's so many Marines here.
Yeah, this is not what Jim wants to do. He's gonna lose a couple of mutas here, like fighting all like pure Marine against Ling Muta like that. Like I
think it was fair. He only lost about 3 mutas there in exchange for quite a few Marines, but this is where the damage starts to get done. Jim just buying time, going back and forth with all these flyer mutas that are so fast, and he's getting more mutas and 20 lings behind this, so
yeah,
it's pretty set for the defense.
Yeah, I will say that the reason why, even though Jim had a really greedy opener, the reason why he's been able to hold on so long is that because his drone count has been hurt because of this. Like he hasn't been droning. He's been spending a lot of his larva on army to stay alive. So because of that, we do see they have equal workers, which is something that you typically see in this matchup. So Jim, he just needs to hold on, keep him busy so that he can finally drone up and take a fourth, because he's still on 3 bases.
Ooh, a tank pick would be great. He didn't get any of the tanks. But yeah, I mean, Jim's just gotta expand and out-drone his opponent. Really, Vindicta doesn't have... I mean, he's gonna try eventually. He's getting the burrowing claws for the Widow Mines, and I like that. He's gonna try and push out eventually here, but Jim just has all the time in the world to expand and drone up due to the fact that these mutas are threatening anytime Vindicta moves out.
Yeah, like Jim, he still needs a little bit more time to catch back up in the economy, because again, like the work counts are pretty even. Like his 4th was only just started, so it's still on the way. Once the fourth gets up and running though, I feel like Jim's like in a pretty good spot, and then he can work on his upgrades. That's another thing, right? Like he doesn't have any upgrades right now. He's on 0-0.
Yeah, and he's getting the Carapace upgrade, I think that's what it's called, the Defenders upgrade, and the Melee upgrade that is good for the Lings and the Banes as well as the Queens.
Oh yeah,
the,
definitely.
Defensive upgrade really helps the Queens tank a lot of shots from the Marines or even a Widow Mine.
And this is great. Like JimRising, his creep spread has been on point. It's already reaching the 3rd base of Vindicta. It's already halfway across the map everywhere else, and this is exactly what Jim needs to do. Like he's all about buying time right now, because he is behind in upgrades, he is behind in the economy, and he's just doing everything he can to make sure Vindicta doesn't leave, and he leaves him alone, and then Jim, he can, you know, work his way up, get hive, get everything that he needs.
Jesus, I can't believe his creep already reached the 3rd base of Vindicta. In previous games against Terrans, his creep wasn't too good, but here it's all the way to 3rd, which means this is very easy for Jim to attack into with banelings and mutas.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's just taking control of the map. It's beautiful at the moment. He has to be careful not to lose too many mutas, but there aren't enough Marines here to fight this. So Jim, he's fighting some damage. Yeah,
he could definitely take this fight and even take out that tower. But these reinforcements are going to be good. He's going to have to get out of there. Vindicta said, "Not again. I'm throwing down 3 of these missile turrets."
Oh my god.
Okay, he's going to secure another base.
Yeah.
I think he's going for the turtle position here. He's not really pushing out. Okay, here goes the push.
Yeah,
He's trying to take the side with lesser creep, but it's really nowhere at this point.
This is a really nice timing. 2-2 just finished up for Vindicta a couple of seconds ago, so now he's going to hit this timing. He's ahead so much in the upgrades, and he can definitely take a fight as long as he can split, as long as he doesn't get surrounded by the Ling Bane. Oh god.
Yeah, there's a few Widow Mines here. Are they going to be enough? Pretty good connections, but it only hit the army that Jim sent to the front. And Jim's going to back off in case there's more Widow Mines behind this, but he doesn't need to attack this army. He can just stay back and defend. I'd like to see Jim get out a few more units. He's only getting upgrades right now. Terrible split by Vindicta here.
Yeah, that wasn't ideal, and there's still plenty of Ling Bane left for Jim, so he can still continue to engage and keep Vindicta busy. And oh god, more connections. Oh my god. Just like that, the Widowmine count was almost reset there.
Yeah, that was not the best engagement here, but I think Jim still has this. He still got it. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he needs to make sure he keeps making Ling Bane behind this and he doesn't run out. Like, he only has a couple more Banelings left. Like, if they run out, then, like, that's the cue for Vindicta to push in.
Yeah, you don't want to attack on creep at all, so you just got to keep clearing the creep and moving up.
Yeah, decent Widowmine shots. Like, they're okay, and there's, like, more Widowmines in the back as well, so we can continue to retreat. And slowly but surely, Vindicta, he's pushing forward.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, those Widow Mines were almost dire here. But the mutas haven't really died off too much, to be honest with you. And now with the vision here of JimRising, I don't know, this gets dicey. Marauder Concussive Shells is coming up. Oh, that's so many Widow Mines, Jesus Christ, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, they were kind of wasted, to be honest. But what I'm scared of is, like, these are the last Banelings for Jim. So now that the Banelings are gone, now Vindicta can finally start fighting against the mutas, and all the Ling Bane has gone down. It's just mutas, and Vindicta, he's trying to snowball, but Jim's not letting him.
Jim just has so much production right now. He's going to be able to make 62 Lings at one time. That is a massive amount of Ling. He's getting the Crackling upgrade. He's going to be able to morph in 18 Banes behind us, and he didn't really lose all too much mutas in the process. And Jim's looking pretty good here. He can still throw this game, though. It's not impossible for Vindicta to get a good engagement and just parade march across the map.
Oh yeah, for the most part, the engagements have been pretty even. The difference being, though, that behind this, JimRising was taking up. Ultralisk Cavern just finished up. He's got Hive, he's got 3-3 on the way, he's got Adrenal Glands on the way. He's getting into that, like, end game upgrades that he really wants to get into. And, like, eventually, like, he's gonna start to get out of control with Ultras. Vindicta has to start to transition. He needs Ghosts, he needs Liberators, he needs something to do with the Ultras.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact answer is here, but Ultras are tough to deal with. I mean, Widow Mines are pretty good. More Marauders would be nice, but oh, I love this Corruptors being thrown in the mix. So it's an easy non-microable unit. You just send it out there, and it will take out any Medivacs.
Yeah,
which is huge because Vindicta has a lot of Medivacs, and in the last engagement, the only reason Jim couldn't completely crush is because there was a few Marines left with like one medevac per Marine.
Yeah, definitely. Eventually, like, as a Zerg player, you want to get rid of your mutas, and you have like your Ling Bane, Ultra, Corruptor, and then eventually get into Broodlords in the late game. We'll see. As JimRising, he's trying to split up and he's trying to, you know, pull apart Jim, but I don't know if it may be too late. Like, we've got the Hive Tech out for Jim.
Yeah, the Widow Mines are pretty good here, but you don't want the Friendly Fire. Oh my god, the Widow Mine. I was even Friendly Fire and like Baneling kill there. I feel like Vindicta should have, Jim should have saved his Banelings for this fight with the Ultralisks here.
Yeah, Ultras are good, but alone, not so much. Like, they need something to buffer and protect them because the Ultras are kind of just going down.
And here we have the Ghost being added in with the Ghost upgrades. He's going to throw away these Corruptors, possibly.
Yeah, and
let's see how this plays out. I'm not too sure. I like this. Fungal Growth is on the way. This is a really weird composition for Jim, but it seems to be working here.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see the Infestors come into play. Fungal the army so then the Ultras can get on top of everything. Meanwhile, the Ultras are going for a bit of a run by. I don't know if I like this. Again, the Ultras alone are pretty vulnerable, but he's trying to make it work.
There's too many missile turrets. The workers can't get a full surround to repair it. Blocking the planetary, and not a bad spot for Jim. I'm surprised he's not getting like Broodlords or something here.
Yeah, I still feel like I don't like that he's neglecting Ling Bane. Like this, like I feel like you need Ling Bane to really round this out. Oh god.
Well, he's really maxed out, and there's not much he can do now.
True, true.
Can't really make anything. He's got to lose something here.
Oh, he's gonna lose Ultras.
That's exactly a lot of Ultras. Oh my god, the snipes are going down. The pew-pews are out, and Jim is gonna have to retreat. But he does have a pretty thick bank.
Cool. And he does Fungal, which was pretty nice, but all these Ultras are going to go down. That's so expensive. And at the same time, there was a drop to the north. A hatchery went down for Jim. And even losing a couple of Infestors like Jim, these losses are pretty expensive. He does have a bank, so he could afford that, but he can't afford that again.
And as you say that, it looks like he's going to lose his base right here.
Yeah. Like, it takes a while. The Ultras are in production, but it takes a while for them to hatch. So, like, losing a fight like that.
Forever to hatch. I hate that.
Yeah, exactly. And this is just pure Ling.
What up, Andy Man in the chat? Andy Man showed up finally. Yeah, it's pure Ling. He could have stayed back a little bit, but I do like how these Corruptors have been in the mix the whole time, and they're not really target firing the Corruptors as the other units are attacking, and now all of the medevacs are super low on health. But Jim just attacks right into the into the Widow Mine, not caring, not giving a gosh darn.
Yeah,
I don't know who's winning here.
We'll see if Vindicta's able to hold on. Like, it's just Ultras, nothing else. There's nothing in the sky, there's nothing else on the ground. Oh my god, he moved commanded forward a little bit there. But he does retreat to the Widow Mines, and with these Widow Mines, should be able to deal with this. He pushes Jim back, and that was pretty close from both ends. Like, it feels like a little bit on the knife's edge. Like, if anyone, like, lets up even a little bit, then it could just, you know, be over.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he got an oh no. Ooh, he just about lost half his Lings there. But yeah, you don't really need Banelings too hard here if you got Ultralisks. Lings close the gap faster than Banes, and they're not like a one-hit kill, so you can keep the Lings alive a little bit longer, closing the gap between the Ultras and allowing them to kill. This is so many Ultras. They're even stacking up here, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw, but again, there was a little bit of mismicro, a little bit of a move command from Vindicta, just running into the Ultras. He has to be so careful. Again, it's just pure Ultra, and Ultras, they be thick boys. Like, I love what Vindicta's doing. He's microing back into the Sim City, so it's a little bit awkward for the Ultras to fight.
Yeah, and I like it that he threw in a couple more Corruptors. Like, it's hard enough to get rid of these Ultralisks, and there's no way he's going to find time to target fire down the Corruptors, and the Corruptors are going to take out the medevacs, and that's really what's been hurting Vindicta here. He wasn't able to stem too much back in retreat after that last push.
Yeah, and we do see JimRising, like, slowly over time, he's just grinding Vindicta down, resetting the ghost count. There's a couple more ghosts, but Vindicta, he's going for a drop as this is happening, so he's kind of vulnerable here. Like, this could be JimRising's moment.
Yeah, where do you even drop it at this point with the whole entire side of the map being taken? And yeah, it looks like it was too much. Vindicta is going for the drop, but is it enough to keep him in this game? He's got to defend against all of these units, all of these fungal growths that are coming up. Yeah, and really great fungal growths. He doesn't even need to attack. The fungal growths alone are killing these units.
Exactly.
Only one medevac left.
A CC goes down. There are double drops. Like, there's a drop here to the north and the south, and he will kill the hatcheries. To be fair, if Vindicta can hold on, like, these are the last mining bases of Jim. Like, this is pretty good damage, and Jim, he definitely still needs, like, the gas at least, but at the same time, Vindicta's losing his mining bases.
Is he though? Jim does have a fat bank though.
Oh yeah, he does have a pretty good bank, but the Ultras go out now. It's just Corruptors here, so Vindicta holds on. He has a lot in production, and he has plenty of CCs to continue mining. Jim, he's gonna run out of gas pretty soon. Yeah,
I like this. Vindicta's actually pulling it back. He's not ahead in workers, but he's got more mining bases now, I believe. He's got so many CCs all over the place. I'm surprised we don't have more planetaries, but He's gonna be able to mule up wherever he sees fit and scan wherever he sees fit, and really comes down to just defending these bases.
Yeah, I think the one thing that Jim has going for him here is like the fungals, the infestors. Like if a fungal lands, like that's it for the army.
Yeah, good Widow Mines. I wish Vindicta would place his Widow Mines like further apart. He kind of just burrows them all at once, and there's a lot of fungal growth here.
Oh god, and he's focusing down the infestors. Both high energy infestors go down. Only one left and has no energy whatsoever. It's just a single ultra, and everything is going to go down here for Jim.
It's very questionable as to what you target fire down as Vindicta. I think Vindicta did a decent job target firing down, but Jim still has more money. He's got his bases back up in mining, and Vindicta doesn't really have enough to split or go for any real push out here. So I think Jim just makes some more ultras and 48 banelings or regular zerglings as we're seeing here, and just keeps smashing into this army.
Yeah, I think the problem is that Jim, he keeps taking bad fights. Like
yeah.
he could be so much more efficient with like how he makes his army and how he engages, like because he just moved in his infestors and all of his infestors went down. Like you need to keep them alive. Yeah. Like they're so valuable. So
he needs bruiser vipers, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Like they'd be so good here, and I love this thing run by.
Yeah, it was actually really good. Got in there just right before the planetary was finished, and he got a surround, but with reinforcements. Oh, he missed micro. Accidentally pulled 2 queens up to that base.
Oh my god, the queens are going to be going down at the same time. There are 2 ultras harassing, but this is what I mean. Like ultras are expensive, and he's going to be losing 2 for what? Like I don't know what he means to accomplish. Like sending 2 ultras here.
Yeah, ultras are way too expensive to be wasting like that. He's making another 4 ultras. Both players not really changing enough. I love this. Vindicta's going for it. He's going Muta. Or not Muta, I'm sorry. Nukes. Yeah, he's going for nukes.
Interesting. We'll see if we get to see nukes come into play here again. Like Jim, he's trying to force it. I like this. He's backing off a little bit. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna just spend a little bit of time killing rocks. I'm gonna get 5 more ultras. I think if Jim maxes out and attacks with a max out army, like that's what he needs to do. I don't know if Vindicta has enough to hold against that.
I mean, yeah, Vindicta has a good economy, so it's not too bad. Jim has a better economy though, so Jim just needs to take favorable. I think he needs to go into broods. There's no anti-air at all, no Vikings. I don't think Broodlords would be too bad here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Broodlords would be amazing. Meanwhile, it looks like this base to the north is going to be taken out because the army just wasn't in position. Meanwhile, there's a nuke here to the bottom right, but it gets evacuated.
How many times is he gonna have to evacuate this before he's able to stop the explosions and the nuclear warfare? He does get a good fungal growth off over here, but he's not gonna push the issue anymore. Vindicta's gonna try and reestablish that base as he defends his base. Jim's all over the place now.
He is, but I'm pretty sure he lost all his infestors again. I'm pretty sure he has to remake his infestors because even though he landed some fungal growths to the north, I think he lost all his infestors. So again, like the supplies are actually pretty close right now. Like Vindicta's just trading better. Like even though he has worse economy, like he needs less money because he's losing less. And yeah, he has to be careful. Oh god, there's another nuke. But get it.
Oh my gosh, that was close. Yeah, Jim's not taking the right engagement. If you're gonna go for this composition, you want to have the Banes and the fungal growth together with the Ultralisk. You fungal the army, and then the Ling Bane and the Ultralisk close the gap and absolutely smash the army. But look at this army from Vindicta. Even with the good fungal growth, the rest of the army can be split beautifully here and even clear up some creep after taking out all of the infestors again. A couple of Ultralisks. Make some Broodlords, mate, please.
I don't think it's gonna happen. He's had the Greatest Spire for at least 10 minutes and he hasn't made a single Broodlord, and it looks like there's just enough Ling Ultra here to finally take out the army of Vindicta. And we'll see if he can keep going with this. We'll see if he has some momentum. Like, he does retreat back and there's no planetary.
There was one pretty good Widow Mine hit there, but yeah, I think Jim might be doing it here. Finally, we had some transition from Vindicta, some Liberators getting out here.
Liberators would be amazing against the Ultras. We do see these Lings are killing quite a lot of SCVs, but he does retreat to a planetary, and think Vindicta could hold on here, but there's just so many ultras. Maybe Jim, maybe he can finally do it.
Yeah, the Widow Mines just take too long to recharge and get another volley off. I think that's the real downfall of Vindicta here.
Yeah,
he's got so many Widow Mines. He's got 14 Widow Mines right now, and none of them are in play here.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just ultras going up against the buyer here. It looks like the last medevac will go down to the corruptors. Oh, he does lift up, and some of the Widow Mines do come back, but oh my god, there's just a constant rally across the map.
Yeah, the Widow Mines don't really get any damage done here. They shoot once, and now they're kind of just paperweights.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, again, the supplies are still pretty even, but Jim, I think with the ultras, I think the ultras are the big thing at the moment. Like, there just isn't enough to deal with them. Oh.
Yeah, I think Jim's going to be able to close it out here eventually, as long as he doesn't take terrible engagements. Oh, God.
All the ultras go down.
Jesus Christ, those Widow Mines wrecked everything.
Oh my god. And okay, so he did kill a base for it, so it's not the worst thing, right? He killed 17 SCVs, but again, the ultra count was like, he keeps losing his ultras. Like, mate, you got queens. So many
bases? Just a macro at a third.
Even like fight with the queen so you can transfuse the ultras or something, right? Keep them alive. Like, they're so expensive.
Broodlords would wreck this army here.
I like how you keep going back to the Broodlords. I'm just saying, Broodlords. It's like, yep, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they're not mobile, so obviously Vindicta can just pick up and go here or there. But the Widow Mines can't really do much against it. There's a lot of Marauders here that can't do much against it. It'll force Vindicta into some heavy anti-air. I don't know if Jim can win this fight here. He's gonna take out all the medevacs, but these are a lot of Marauders. Even the workers fighting now.
Yeah, that's a lot of Marauders. In the end, he will clean this up. But as all this was happening, we got a nuke. 44 drones.
Jesus Christ! What a nuke! Sending JimRising back to the Stone Ages.
Oh my god! I was about to say that 20 drones had gone down, but then the nuke went off, and an entire mineral line was taken out from JimRising, and. Again, like, Vindicta, he's playing this out so well. Like, he's not giving up at all. He's fighting as hard as he can, and he's actually doing really well against Jim, despite Jim having the better economy almost the entire game.
I'm not gonna lie, that one nuke brought him back in this game, and now it could be anybody's game. So many workers went down.
Yeah, Vindicta's ahead in workers. We'll see how long that lasts, because we do see Jim, he's engaging here, but again, like, the ultras are kind of annoying. Finally, the queens are here to transfuse.
Transfuses, great. And Jim is not adding in any sort of late game units. I mean, yeah, the Ultralisk is a late game unit, but they got to be paired with something. I wouldn't even mind seeing him transition into like Hydra Ling Ultralisk or something.
And the thing is, like, I think he would have been fine if he had just babysat his infestors. Like, every single fight, he loses his infestors. Yeah. Every single one. Like, oh god.
I think he would have been fine if he went for Broodlords.
Oh my god.
Like, when you're right here in this position and you have a pretty decent hold right here, like an anchor with all those Ultralisks, morph in a couple of Broodlords, and it forces Vindicta to stop this, or you have Broodlords on all of his production.
Yeah. At this point, I think it's too late. Like, Jim doesn't have the money. Yeah. He's slowly running out of money. I mean, to be fair, this is great. He's going to be able to take out an orbital, takes out 8 SCVs as well. Will he be able to win this fight, though? Can he keep his ultras alive?
Getting us around with the ultras now, and he does. Neither player can afford to lose this army. Vindicta going to back up into the safety of his SimCity, and Jim knows better than to attack into that with thick old ultra boys.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like this, Jim. It looks like he's trying to rotate around and hit the bottom right-hand base, and this is like the last mining base of Vindicta right now. Like, he needs to keep it alive. Oh my god, the army!
Ooh, good connects here. But the Widow Mines just don't do enough damage to the Lurkers, I feel. I mean, the Lurkers, the Ultralisks.
Yeah,
Queens with the transfuses.
Yeah, it may just be enough though. The queens are out of energy. They're slowly getting picked off. There's a lot of buyer here. Like, without lings, like, the ultras, they're quite naked. We have 3 more infestors on the way. Oh god.
Yeah, and this is quite the game we're getting here. Our first long game of the evening. And Jim's getting he got a flood of lings. He got a couple of the infestors out. And we'll see if he can babysit them well enough here this time around.
Yeah, we'll see. There's the infestors are finally joining the fray. We have to be so careful. If the fungals land, then this could be it for Vindicta.
Fungal lands on half of the army, just the Marauders, and that is a big fungal. And the Widow Mines even going for some friendly fire. But the Ultralisks are out of energy, or health, I should say. And the Widow Mines take him out. What does Jim have left behind this? Some Corruptors and an Infestor or two.
He doesn't have much. He's got 3 Ultras on the way, and that's it. He just doesn't have the minerals to keep making units. And now the Infestors, no!
Oh no, but neither does Vindicta.
This is true.
Oh, he's a fungal. Oh, he didn't use a fungal. That's his demise here.
Yeah. Yeah, he just needs to babysit, you know, he needs to take care of his kids. Jim, what are you doing? You're Jimena now. You gotta take care of everyone. But oh my god, like there's just gonna be a handful of ultras left, and with Micro and Vindicta, he's had plenty of it. Like I think Vindicta, I think he's favored right now.
Yeah, God, there's so much losses in this game. They're almost equal in losses though. Jim just losing a little bit more gas here than Vindicta. Pretty much even in mineral losses here, though. And it's the thing here is the win is much more cheaper for Vindicta. Vindicta just needs Marauders and Marines. And he's throwing out Medivacs. Jim has to get big old thick Ultralisks, and then they slowly die like this.
Yeah, right now they're just trading bases at the moment. And to be fair, I don't know if... I don't think either player can afford these losses, right? Like, they can't afford losing these bases.
Vindicta has a better economy right now, and you know, I said in the beginning that I didn't like the Widow Mines, but now the Widow Mines might be the saving grace.
Oh yeah, they definitely could be. We'll see how this plays out as Vindicta, he just has so much more army right now. Like, it feels like, oh god, Jim, he could get surrounded. He has to be careful. Oh, but all the Widow Mines are clumped up.
Oh my gosh, this is it. This is all Jim has right here. He's making 4 lings. That's all he got. That's all he can afford right now. Oh, that's it. He walked across. He didn't even really micro that too well. And in a 33-minute game, Vindicta with the Turtle Bio, Widow Mines, Marauders, and Medivacs. That's all he needed. Things with M's. Vindicta takes the victory. And now we got a tie game.
Vindicta, he does it. He trades as efficiently as he can. The entire game, he was playing that out so well. And Jim, he just kept throwing away so much. Like, I don't blame him, because I'm sure he felt very confident in this situation. We've all been there. It's like, yo, I got my entire map. I've got like 2k like minerals and 2k gas in the bank. I can just move across the map, and you don't think about it. And he just did that a couple too many times.
I'm going to the restroom again when we enter the lobby, but yeah, I think Jim, honestly, I feel like the best situation there, it's really hard. I lose in that situation all the time. It's really hard to break a Terran that is kind of like turtled up like that, even going bio. But your best bet there is get a whole bunch of Banelings on the north side and the south side of the map, and just go into the bases and try and smash into planetaries and blow them up instantly. Because once they get a couple bases situated, mules, planetaries, it's rough.
Yeah, definitely. It can be really rough, and that's just something that Jim didn't go for. Like, it felt like after a certain point, he really just didn't really focus too much on Banelings, whatsoever. He just was just spending all of his gas in ultras, which I understand, but at a certain point, it's like, mate, you wanna diversify a little bit more, right?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Jim isn't really the what's the word I'm looking for? The late game player. With that, I'll be right back.
All good, as we are getting set up in the lobby for game number 3. It is the ace match between Vindicta and JimRising, and they're both fighting out as hard as they can to be the one to face Cham in the grand finals. Even Jim asking for a break. He needs to go to the bathroom. Oh god. But I think something that is important to note is congratulations to Vindicta, because I've just realized he is the best performing North American player. I say North American because in this tournament series, the best the highest placing Latin American player and the highest placing North American player, they get a bonus. They get a monetary bonus. And Vindicta, like, he's surrounded by Mexicans here in the semis. You know, Cham, Paco Mike, and JimRising are all from Latin America. So Vindicta, he is the highest placing player from the United States. So he'll be walking away with a bit of a bonus, regardless if he wins or loses here, which is pretty sick. And speaking of, you know, the bonus or you know, the prize money, I should say, exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat if you want to support the tournament. There is a Matcherino page with a bunch of codes. Code NAVLA30 to support the tournament with $1 for free. It's pretty cool. You know, Matcherino, they do sponsor this event. So there is a Matcherino page, and yeah, you can support there, or you can even donate some money yourself if you do so wish. It isn't necessary, it isn't mandatory or anything, but the option is there if you want to support the players, if you want to support the scene. And yeah, we are finally getting ready for game number 3.
Yeah, and if someone can let us know if all the codes are used up, because there has been a lot. I've been seeing a lot of people use them. So once they're all used up, there's no more, and then, you know, we just say thank you, and that's all we can do with the codes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if the codes are used. I'm excited for this.
Oh yeah.
How does this turn out? I don't know. We will see. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream, Ellie, it's the American player taking it from his opponent into the ace match. It is the one, the only Alpha X player representing the United States, Vindicta.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Mexican player, the Mexican Zerg player, currently representing Timbers Esports. It is JimRising.
Nice. So what is Jim gonna go for here? I mean, I honestly feel like Jim has to end it early.
Roaches.
Yeah, that roach thing worked pretty good.
I think on Everdream, I feel like that's the play here, especially after a long game like that. I'm sure Jim's like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going into a 30-minute game.
And fun fact, he also went for a bathroom break before this.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's like we're brothers.
You're like synced up.
Oh, we just see each other in the lobby so much. Our restroom breaks have synced up.
Exactly.
It happens to us guys. You ladies wouldn't understand.
It's a thing, you know, when men like are together for a long period of time, they just, you know, they sync up with their cycles, you know.
They sync. Yeah, they sync up. Their cycles of urinating.
Oh god.
Oh man, now is Jim gonna get a third base this game?
Yep, that's what we're gonna keep an eye on. He's kind of prone to delay it, whether it's for a fast lair or fast roaches. We'll see. And we've been talking a lot about Jim here, but I wonder if Vindicta's gonna do anything cheeky himself.
I doubt it. I think he liked the late game. Seemed to work in his favor.
Yeah. I mean, he went for a 2-1-1 the previous game. He could do it again, or he could, you know, play a little bit more standard, go 1-1-1 into Hellions, into Banshees.
Jim's pretending to go for a third base here?
Was he pretending? Mind games.
Oh. Meme games. And where's that next building out of Vindicta? I don't see it.
Yeah, so far we do have the 1-1, and we'll see what is the next building in production. Meanwhile, Jim, again, he's at 35 supply, still no third base.
Okay, there it is. This is 1-1-1 coming out of Vindicta.
Okay. He's getting a tech lab as well, so we could see the switch, maybe into Banshees?
Yeah, possibly. Is he going to go that standard here? Are we going to see a standard game? He sees no third base, so Banshees wouldn't be a terrible idea for defense, but Jim also... Okay, there it is. The Roach Warren goes down.
Yeah. And this is why, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. So he's not going for the switch. Instead, he is researching Stim.
You probably should have gone for the switch.
Yeah, like, we all know, like, against roaches, like, Banshees are ideal. Like, Banshees, they just chip away slowly at the roaches and just completely shut them down.
Oh, I should have gone for it. Those queens are so far out.
Yeah, I could have just dove on in. And then if he did, then he would have seen the Roach Warren.
Yeah. But he might have to scan here.
Oh, he gets in.
Wow. What a play.
And there we go, the Reaper. Yeah, he gets into the natural. He sees the Roach Warren. He sees the lair as well. Sees there are no Evo chambers, so that is all he needs to see. Meanwhile, there is a bit of a Ling run by, looking to try and catch the Hellions.
He caught one, not bad, but there's 5 more behind this ready to go. And with that, okay, Armory,
yeah.
Hellbats. Hellbats don't do too good against roaches.
They do not. This is interesting. So Vindicta, he's going for a strong Hellbat bio push with a stim timing. Like it's all gonna hit together at once. I don't know how this is gonna do, because I agree, like Hellbats aren't ideal, and Vindicta scouted what his opponent was doing.
I mean, I think the idea here is he has a Liberator somewhere. So if you can siege up the Liberator against roaches, that's good. Keep the Hellbats inside of the Liberator. Also heal them with the medevac. Now what I'd like to see, yeah, there, he's going for it. Concussive shells can really help him here. But it's going to come into play kind of late here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Hellions are already...
Run by.
Oh god, he gets in. He stops the wall. Oh god. There's nothing here. There's a single Marauder, and the wall's not even a wall. Like, there's no building here.
Wow.
Oh
the workers aren't even fighting back.
Yeah, and now there are Hellbats across the map, but like, are they going to deal enough damage fast enough? Like, everything's going down here.
There's 10 roaches and a Spire on the way, and everything here is going to pretty much go down for Vindicta. What a bad call here by Vindicta to not finish his wall before he moved out.
Exactly. 20 SCVs are going down, and sure, he has an army across the map, but he has to deal equal or more damage, and now there are roaches, and roaches, they're just going to kill all the Hellbats.
Yeah, the Marauders kind of help here, but I don't know if he finished Concussive Shell. No, he did finish it, so the Marauders are doing some damage here, but it's not enough. Not enough workers went down here. It's 51 workers at 22, and I mean, even if Vindicta gets somehow damage here with all these roaches and lings, the mutas will come in and completely shut it down.
Yeah, like it's literally just 2 Marauders that survived from the attack, and now Vindicta, he's down to 25. He's down to half the amount of workers. He's like barely got any army now, and Jim, he's on 3 bases. He's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Jim's looking strong here. 10 mutas instantly. There's more mutas than Marines here.
Yeah, I feel like we have to question Vindicta's decision making there, because he scouted what Jim was going for, right? Like he saw it, but he still went for it anyway. I mean, I guess if the wall was done, then he wouldn't have been anywhere near as all in. But yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, thank you, Sly Dog. I think he's letting us know that all the codes are used for the match Torino.
Oh, nice.
Noise. Donks just went up. You guys are awesome. You win for a tank. It should be GG.
Yeah, the mutas are here. The lings are in the natural once again. The drop comes back home to help deal with the mutas, so that is nice that he does have all these Marines, but there are just not enough. The mutas are just fighting the Marines. And
there's even lings here, and then JimRising takes the ace match to go into the finals. ZVZ, Cham versus Jim. Sorry, Vindicta, but no dice today. It's just really bad timing. Jim literally got in right as the final piece of the wall was going down, and it was about a millisecond that saved his life there.
Yeah, that was just the worst timing for Vindicta, and the luckiest timing for for Jim, as he does take it. And we were talking about it from the beginning, right? Mate, we're gonna have a ZVZ finals.
Oh yeah, let's see if Jim doesn't just like quit.
We'll see if he just forfeits.
But something cool about this tournament,
I can learn to
didn't know, every time in Battle of the Americas, before we get into the finals, we have like a little giveaway for you folks at home. Is it giveaway time, Light?
Oh, it is. And you know what? We have something special this week. And before we get into it, oh my God, thank you so much, Turbo Quacker. He donated an additional $15 to the prize pool.
Wow. $16, Darking says.
Wow.
Who's telling the truth? 15 or 16? I don't buy it either way. No, I'm kidding. That's great. It does increase the total prize pool up to $66 now. That's a cool number. Cham says, wow, sick.
I'm sure Cham is joyous about it, and you know what? I've got something special for you. I've got something special. Hold on, I'm gonna link you something
for the viewers or for me specifically.
For everyone involved. Everyone involved. We have Kuro, of course, the information fairy. She's amazing at spreadsheets, and we have a new way to randomly generate the players, and you can see now as well.
Oh wow, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh God, and I have to quickly actually show it on stream. Here we go. So as a bit of a reminder, we have a raffle to give away. Something special about Battle of the Americas is that every one of the participants today has a chance to win 10 USD.
Yeah. Here we just call it money, but USD, yeah. I like how she wrote in drum roll.
Yeah, it's great. It's beautiful. I hope you are ready as I quickly randomize, and we are going to be ready. Here we go.
Pure Legacy is the winner.
Wow.
And it even shows the runners up. Pure Legacy, what a guy.
Oh my God, I had to make sure that Kuro... Hold on. Alright, I just played the trumpet noise.
That's great. Vindicta actually got second place. That's hilarious. It's like the second and third place is OBM.
I made sure that Kuro like added the runner-ups as well.
It's like, hey, you almost won, but you were nowhere close to winning. And congratulations to Pure Legacy, one of the Terrans that we don't see too often here. Or maybe we don't see winning often enough, though. That's really cool. GG's on the raffle.
Oh, yeah. And Vindicta was so close as well.
Yeah, that's even funnier because Vindicta, both of the Terrans who got defeated by Jim, sadly. Only one of them got paid the big bucks.